Hello YouTube, welcome to a different comparison review. Here we are going to compare the iPhone 11 Pro versus the iPhone 12 Pro Max. So you might have seen comparison which are apples to apples, like Pro versus Pro or Pro Max versus Pro Max. So this is going to be a different kind of review, but I'll try to answer your questions or thoughts of upgrading to a larger phone. Is it worth it? So both the Pro models come in a black color box. So the 12 Pro Max that I have here, so here it doesn't come with a headphone or a power brick. So it just comes with a USB Type-C to Lightning cable and some paperwork here. But the 11 Pro and the 11 Pro Max of that time, it came with the power brick and the headphones. So as you can compare the sizes, both are 256 gigs variant, and the 11 Pro is in white color and the 12 Pro Max, it is in gold color. So as you can see the difference. Now let's compare. So this is the 18-watt adapter that we got with the 11 Pro or the 11 Pro Max. So now we get the 20-watt one, so you can buy it separately, or you can use wireless charging. There has been a super cycle for iPhone, as they're back to their squared off edges like the iPhone 4 or 5 age. Apple typically follows or now follows a super cycle for every 3 years, like we had for the 6, 6S, and 7. Then we had for the 10, 10S, and 11. So next one, it's going to be at least for next 2 years, I would say. That slide for unlock was quite satisfying. So this is the first one that I used, the iPhone 3GS. So compared to that, the iPhone 11 Pro, the screen size of 5.8 inches, it feels quite okay and manageable. But the 6.7 inch, it feels quite large in hand, but it's good for watching videos, which I'll come to a bit in a minute. So this is the overall comparison with the first generation iPhone. It started with a 3.5-inch display, so well up to the iPhone 4S. Then they increased it vertically with the iPhone 5, 5S, and then they went all out with the iPhone 6, and the 6 Plus was just huge. So as you can see, the old nostalgia of the pre iOS 7 phone. Let's get into the real deal. So left hand side, I have the iPhone 12 Pro Max compared to right side, I have the iPhone 11 Pro. So accessing all four corners of the phone, it's kind of easy with the 11 Pro. So I can access all four corners, access the control center with ease, but it becomes a real difficulty with the Pro Max. So reaching all four corners is really difficult with the medium or small sized hands. With large sized hands also, I would feel a little bit difficult. So compared to the edges, the squared off edges, it looks pretty good, I would say, the squared off edges compared to the previous rounded edges. But on hand, I would feel the rounded edges feel more natural, and it's kind of, it doesn't pain much. And as you can notice, the camera sensors, they have grown in size. The noise cancelling microphone, that has been reduced in size, but you have the LiDAR sensor, that's an extra. Then you have the power button, which is been still more elongated. So as you can compare the height of the phone, I guess we can get the specifications online, but roughly the length has been increased by 1.5 centimeters and width has been increased by less than a centimeter, zero point 0.7 to be precise. But as you can notice, the bezels have been shrunken down quite a bit, and with the squared off design, it's not quite visible over here, and it might be a little bit deceiving that the notch size has been shrunken down, but it's not the case. The larger size of the 12 Pro Max, it just hides the larger notch here. So we might expect a smaller notch coming with the iPhone 13 or the 12s, whatever they call. So with complete 100% brightness, so there is no much difference. So both are 1200 nits peak brightness, so 800 nits typical brightness. So as you can see here, so this is just a 60 hertz display. So if you're really waiting for that ProMotion 120 hertz LTPO screen, so you have to, at least according to rumors, wait for this September to get a hands on that. So apart from the size of the display, so there is no much change from 11 series to the 12 Pro series. So let's fire up some benchmarking tools. We have Geekbench here running on both the phones. So the iPhone 11 series, it had a 7 nanometer A13 Bionic chip compared to the A14, which is a 5 nanometer chip. So both are hexa core, and coming to GPU, like both are 4-core GPUs. So we have the scores here. So as you can notice, there is a huge jump in the multi-core performance, at least. The single core, that's not too much. So as you can see here, the processor, so everything, it looks quite there is a moderate jump, and even the RAM has increased substantially, so that might help you in multitasking. So now let's fire up the Antutu benchmark test. So it does a complete test of the CPU, GPU, RAM, and the UX, so everything, so we can have a complete result. And like I think like we are deviating from our topic. So the main purpose of this video was comparing the size of the display. So as you can see here, the bigger display, it's kind of good for watching videos. Obviously, not these kind of videos. So all your Netflix, YouTube, and all those media consumption. So I mean, like the oleophobic coating. So it again, like it reduces the sunlight that falls on it. So as you can notice, the coming to the performance. So the fire truck, it has turned much further compared to the 11 series. So there is quite a substantial amount of performance difference as well. But the screen, I mean, there is no much improvements with respect to the screen department. So both have the same kind of same display, same refresh rate. The touch refresh rate is kind of 120 hertz, so which is a great thing. So right now we have the results here, so we can have a good comparison. So there is not a huge jump, I would say. So from the what is this, like 4,38,000 to 5,39,000. So as you can see, the each of the things, so CPU, the GPU. So in every department there is a leap forward, I would say, even in the UX department. So we can get all the parameters over here. So if you're into these numbers, or if you're a geek, you can just fire up all these things and check. So but there is a real difference when you come into the camera section. So as you can notice, we have the 0.5x 1 and 2.5 in the 12 Pro Max. Compared to the 11 Pro or even the 12 Pro, it has a 2x telephoto lens. And the main important upgrade is with the 12 Pro Max and just the Max model, you are getting sensor shift autofocus. So what it basically does is the sensor, it kind of moves inside for the autofocus, but not the main camera lens. So which means you get much faster autofocus, and there is no error in focusing subjects. And another great thing that you get is night mode on all cameras, like all three cameras. The previous generation ones, it just had night mode with the main camera. So even the front camera, it has got night mode and the LiDAR. But I would say like Apple hasn't completely utilized the LiDAR for autofocus or any like camera improvements, which I would say in next model we might get that. So this is what I was saying with the night mode. So you also get a night mode portrait camera, and also the size of the sensor has been slightly increased just for the Pro Max model and not for the Pro models this time. And so as you can notice, the portrait mode, so it's not perfect, but it's there. Well, welcome to a warm sunny day here at Mysore. So let's take some outdoor shots here. So as you can compare on the phone screen itself, you can notice the dynamic range. It's kind of pronounced with the 12 Pro Max, but this change, it's with the 12 Pro series, I would say, not just reserved for the Max. As you can notice the detail in the cloud over here. So if you would have watched MKBHD's video review of iPhone 12 Pro Max, so there is no much difference compared to the Pro and the Pro Max in this particular department, at least with the daylight shots. So as you can notice, the vividness, it's kind of more here. Now let's have a side-by-side comparison. As you can notice, the dynamic range in the new camera system, it's a really good thing, and it's more vivid, and the cloud has a great detail. It's preserved much better. Coming to the night mode shots, again, it has got a great detail here. The distant object, it focused pretty good here. But the real advantage that you get with the new camera system is that all the three, the telephoto, the ultra wide, and the main camera, and even the selfie camera, so all the camera, it has night mode. And the telephoto lens, it's a 2.5x, you get a much larger zoom area here. So coming to the conclusion, so if you're a large phone person, if you use your phone primarily for media consumption like Netflix, YouTube, and or for any editing purpose or something like that, or if you need the best battery life, then the 12 Pro Max is a no-brainer. Or like if you're someone like you are going to use it as a phone primarily, I would suggest sticking with the 12 Pro, just the Pro for the benefits. So as you can notice here with the car charger, it just struggles with a larger phone. And that's the same with keeping in pocket or using it with one hand and such things. So that's all I had in this video. Thank you for watching. Stay safe. And as always, peace.